What a great start to day 3. Lauren is always so inspirational, isn't she?
I'm so hyped. Are you guys feeling good? Man, she's amazing.
We have some great information during this segment that you're going to love, so pay attention. Of course, as you know, the business is about consistency. It's about developing the habit of practicing the fundamentals of the business, the basic 5 and the result-producing activities.
That's right.
This presentation is about us talking to you about some new tools and technologies to support those activities, to increase our quality time so that 90% of our time is in the result-producing activity area, so it creates more business development and more duplication.
So guys, everything that you've learned, everything that JR has talked about, that Andrew's going to talk about, that Lauren just got you excited about, that Mark and Steve and everybody talked about, you have to ask yourself one question, and this is the magic question I ask every single time. How is it going to help me do one of these 3 things? Is it going to help me to use or sell a product? Is it going to help me share the unfranchised business or the shopping annuity? And is it going to help me to promote education and events? It's that simple.
Selling the business, selling products, and selling tickets.
That's
3
right.
result-producing activities. Of course, the Getting Started guide, if followed and implemented, helps you to create that foundation for your business.
Right.
You implement the activities in the Getting Started guide, it puts you in position to becoming a master UnFranchise owner, and then that puts you in a position of becoming a shopping annuity master member. So make sure you utilize this tool. The Master UnFranchise Owner program, as we all probably know, is extremely effective because it packages everything into one program. So you can ensure that all the components of the unfranchised system are being implemented, leaving nothing to chance. Okay, now of course it's automated through unfranchise.com, so it tracks all the activities. But I wanted to point out, number 1, of course, master unfranchise owners simply make more money than those who are not master unfranchise owners. JR talks about the fact that that's when your business actually opens, when you become a master unfranchise owner. The one point I want to make about the program, Mark talked yesterday about the adjustment with the shopping annuity master member program. Remember that? Going from the $3,000 spend per quarter to 300 IBV. It's not about spending, it's about what? Earning. Okay? So in the second quarter of this year, we're going to adjust the criteria of the Master UnFranchise Owner program. Rather than it being $1,500 per quarter as a spend, it's going to move to 300 IBV, but that 300 IBV is a combination of your own personal purchases as well as the transactions from your customers. So we can look forward to that adjustment second quarter.
Guys, how are you feeling about that big change? Come on. This is going to keep you on track. And like Andrew was saying, we don't want to waste our time, right? We want to really be more efficient. And so the new unfranchised support materials is going to be live in just a few weeks. We're so, so close, Andrew, I can taste it. And this is a really great way to be efficient and find what you need for everything, whether it comes to business administration, training, events, recruiting, sales, university majors, everything. But I want to show you how much better of an experience because it's going to look and feel completely different than it has in the past. So what you're seeing right now is I just searched for product catalogs. And one of the catalogs that just came back in my search was the business-to-business services catalogs. I bet you didn't even know we had a Web Center catalog, did you? Right?
Yeah.
What's really cool about that is I click on the Web Center catalog because I want to see what's in it, and right below it, it also recommends that same piece in every single language that it's available. How cool is that? You don't have to go searching for it. Exactly. Along the same lines, it recommends other related materials. So for example, I looked up It's Your Time to Shine event. And that particular event actually has several materials that you should download in order to run the event successfully. So I see the flip chart there, but it also knows that I also need the placemat and I also need the receipt pad. So it recommends all of the materials I need so that as an unfranchised owner, I have everything that I need to be successful running that retail event. Do you guys get that?
How many of you have gone to unfranchise.com in the download section and couldn't find what you were looking for? Right? So what does that do? It wastes our time. It decreases our efficiency, doesn't it? Right? It takes away from the result-producing activities, right? And we're not exposing the business. We're not showing the plan exposing the products, right? So we're going to eliminate, once again, these areas of the business that decrease our efficiency that we can operate at maximum efficiency.
And don't you love how it looks? There's even visuals and descriptions and everything else is right there. It's just such a better experience. Love that.
So now, of course, you know, our business is extremely unique. It's very powerful. It's very simple, right? It's fun to develop. To me, what's powerful about where we are today is the fact that we're in a rapidly changing world. Technology advances very quickly. But as an unfranchised owner, all the new technology developments that we embrace and we utilize only increases our efficiency, makes it easier and faster to develop the business. So when you think about the timeliness of our enterprise, where we are today, the unfranchised business enables all of us to capitalize on what's happening in the marketplace. We all know we're moving from brick and mortar to click and order, right? We're seeing, you know, many brick and mortar stores going out of business, closing their doors, of course, because of the rise in online sales. Our business is about matching products to people and people to products. We've moved from mass marketing to one-to-one marketing, and we're leading the way. And of course, the rise in entrepreneurship, recognizing the fact that you have to take control over your own personal financial position and future. All four major areas that's happening in today's society, we're capitalizing on with the unfranchised business.
That's right, Andrew. But don't you guys agree that just like the brick and mortar store business, e-commerce will likely experience a very similar collapse? And it's really basic reason. Where do you think all of the customers went when they're no longer shopping at, you know, mom and pop stores? Where did they go instead? Where did they go instead? They went online, right? And so what's going to happen is all of the customers are now there, and they're just clicking around, and they're just looking for the cheapest what? Price. And so just like stores, they're going to have to compete for that smallest margin. But as an unfranchised owner, that answer is very simple because we actually are included in that transaction. We earn IBV for everything that we buy. It makes it a way better decision, a way easier decision. So I have to buy my son Jordan a lot of things, but he needs lacrosse gear because it's about to go into spring training, right? So, and he's 6'1" and 198 pounds and 14 years old. So he grows like a weed, right? I don't even know where that happened. So, but he looks exactly like Ryan. So anyway, these Nike cleats right here from Dick's Sporting Goods are $75.97. You can get that exact same pair of cleats at Foot Locker for about $1 less, $74.99. But there's one other major difference between those two stores. One is not a partner store, and one is. So as an unfranchised owner, which one would you purchase from? Foot Locker, because you're going to get 5% IBV for that purchase, right? And so it becomes a very, very simple decision. And what's cool about it is while other stores are going nuts trying to get customers and compete for the smallest price, our unfranchised owners are the most loyal customers in the world, and we truly are creating our own economy.
Amen to that. Amen to that.
The shopping annuity and unfranchised business are the solution. Did you guys get excited after hearing Lauren today? Who got excited? I mean, I'm so pumped to go back and build. I can't wait to show the plan. I can't wait to qualify and build. But what are you going to do with that excitement? We have the solution. You have to share it. We have digital aggregation. We match people to product, product to people. We know what people want. We have collective buying power. Don't believe me? Last year at this time at the shopping annuity booth, we were showing off toothpaste. Now there's an entire line of shopping annuity products. Why do you guys think that is? You. You voted for it. We have the referral tracking system. We have the MPCP. We have shared ownership. We are included where other companies, other people don't pay people to shop. We have the solution.
And I've always thought that, we're all living, breathing human beings, right? We have to buy things in order to live. You see, so to me, it doesn't make any sense not to own a shop.com site, right? And I often tell people, if you don't like somebody, then don't tell them about shop.com. I'll say that again. If you don't like somebody, don't tell them about shop.com. But if you like somebody, you're doing them a favor by introducing them to our technology and our products and our business plan. So we're in the right place at the right time with the right company. Everybody spends money, right?
That's right.
We talked about the rise in entrepreneurship, But let's talk now about one of the result-producing activities, which is exposing the business, sharing the business, talking about the business. And we're going to talk to you about some tools that almost really do it for you.
Exactly. So it's all about sharing the concept and getting their attention. So as of actually November, since the last international convention, we all have our very own shoppingannuity.com/our name. So that's a really exciting thing, because while we're talking in themes, and JR's talked about that a lot, right, Andrew? Talking in themes, the website does that for you. Were you born just able to show the plan?
I was not.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty positive.
Okay. So what happens is the more you show it, the more you look at the materials, the more you watch the videos, the more you communicate it, the more articulate you become in those areas. So use these tools to share the concept, but also to train yourself. So on the homepage, I'm going to give you a quick high-level view. You have really basic concepts that you can share. What's the difference between a traditional and a shopping annuity? If you don't know how to explain that yourself, it's okay. Your website does that for you, and it can explain it to your prospect. Also, we just went through 5 ways that we're changing the economy. Digital aggregation, which is, collecting information on shopping habits so you can match product to people and people to product. Again, you might not be able to roll that off the tip of your tongue yet, but click on Learn More, simple description right there. Wouldn't that be interesting to share with a prospect? At the bottom of the website, there's a whole section where you can download the official shopping annuity presentation. And it's available for all market countries, localized and translated, with their own local information and their own statistics, which is huge, you guys. Come on, that's amazing. Here's what you can expect to see in that presentation. There's an intro that talks about the traditional annuity versus a shopping annuity. It goes into you're already spending it, right? Because wouldn't you agree that if you can't get them to agree that they're already spending the money, then this isn't relevant for them? You have to make it about your prospects. It's not about what you say, it's about what they absorb. Do you understand that? So that section is very critical when you're recruiting or you're prospecting and qualifying. 4 steps to building a shopping annuity and a really nice, simple close that you can share with your prospects. Another really great thing is how do you fund your shopping annuity? So we take for granted convert spending into earning. We say that phrase all the time, right? And we know what it means. But Andrew, if you're my prospect, you've never heard that phrase before. You might not know what that means.
Correct.
Right? And so when I say convert your spending into earning, you might be wondering to yourself, how? With what? Right? So here, the products page shows you how and with what. All of our exclusive products, which of course we have to give your dad a huge round of applause for Marty Weissman, bringing on so many new products, both exclusively and the shopping annuity brand, and our partner stores. So again, this is helping you to facilitate that conversation for how you will convert spending into earning. Also, nice level overview. Again, Andrew, right? You're sitting with a prospect and you're showing, look, if you shop on Shop as a preferred customer, you can get some cash back. You can get some good deals. But if you build as an UnFranchise owner and you go for the Shopping Annuity Master Member Program, look at all these other benefits that you get. Do you understand that?
Yeah. So the site is really doing the talking for you.
That's right.
With some nice visuals that really convey the message, right? And obviously people are going to want to gravitate toward where the most benefit is, the Shopping Annuity Master Member, which of course simulates conversation, which can lead to, of course, showing the plan.
That's right. And JR said it on the first day, you cannot build a shopping annuity to the maximum potential unless you build an unfranchised business. You need a team and for it to work. And so this page really clearly lays out, hey, I want to know what it looks like to build an unfranchised business. It sells the plan for you. He also talked a lot about imprinting, right? And doing the right things so that your people do the right things as well. Click on the training page. There's a great topic, finding the biggest return for your spending. The best way to build a shopping annuity, you guys, is with your exclusive products. You get on average of 80% BV, right, Dennis? And so that's where I'm going to start. And you want to imprint properly and make sure that your people are doing the correct business building activities. Of course, on the Contact Us page, there's also a lead capture form. So if you send your site to somebody, you can rest assured that they are going to be sent back to you.
Now, let's talk about the brand new. Of course, everybody has a shoppingannuity.com site. Everybody understands that, right? Just like you have a shop.com site, a Modus Cosmetic site, an Isotonic site, everybody has a shoppingannuity.com site. On the site is the mini shopping annuity assessment, designed for a prospect. Talk to us about that, Sarah.
Well, I think in order to talk about it, we might just want to do it.
And I need to do that. So I forgot my phone backstage, so if somebody could bring me my phone, please. Sorry about that.
So guys, while they're bringing the phone out, wouldn't it be cool if you could do a quick little online quiz in 3 minutes to show somebody very high level what they're spending and what would happen if they imprinted and built an organization of 12 and 12? Wouldn't that be pretty cool? And it's designed to be fast, not like the full assessment. It does not have all the benefits of the full assessment. And it's designed to be done quickly and easy, and it's a lot of fun. So Andrews is pulling his up right now, but I can also tell you that my son Ethan took this on the way to a meet, and he thought it was the funnest thing, and you want to know what he did? He went to school the next day and made his teacher take it. And then his teacher sent me an email and said, I want to know, how do I get to that 1, 3, 5, and 12 years projections that I saw in the last step? That's something, right? It's easy to take, it's fun, and it's all good. So, all right, you ready, Andrew? So here's what I'm going to do. Andrew, you're going to be my prospect. You're not going to be yourself right now.
Okay.
Okay, so you're going to go to my website, shoppingannuity.com /new reality.
Yes.
And then you're going to go ahead and put in your email address. There's also, just so you guys know, you have to prove you're a real person and not a robot. So you put the little code in, and you click I agree to get started. You ready?
Yes.
All right. So, welcome. So before we get started, Andrew, I want to just show you how you can save money with the shopping annuity simply just by participating. If I could put maybe $5,000, $5,000 back just by doing this, would you do it?
Absolutely.
Awesome. So why don't you go ahead and just share a little bit about your household size here. So how many people in your household?
There's 4.
Wow, wow, okay.
Yeah.
New information. Oh yeah, you're not you, you're your prospect.
Yeah,
how many children?
2 kids.
You're gonna manifest this.
Yep.
Okay, how many babies?
No babies. Okay.
No babies. How many pets?
No pets.
What? Okay, how many vehicles?
I got 2 vehicles.
Very cool. So why don't you go ahead and click next for me?
Okay, great.
The reason why I want to know is, by the way, when you're clicking on other things, I want to calculate how much your house would use, not just, an average.
Customize it for
Very
you.
cool. So why don't you go ahead and put in, your annual income for about where you are right now?
I'm about, as an accountant, about $80,000 per year.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay.
Very cool. And how many hours would you say you work per week?
I work at least, I would say about 60 hours a week.
Oh, I'm glad we're talking.
Yes.
We might want to bring that down a little bit.
I'd like to work less.
Okay, very cool. And so right below that, it's going to calculate, your time is worth about $25 per hour.
But immediately calculated that,
Immediately calculated it for you. And then how many times per week do you think you go to the store?
I would say 2 times.
Okay, and then counting driving to and from the store, time in the store, about how much time?
Well, it's about 15 minutes to and from, so we'll say a total of an hour a week going to and from the store. Very
cool. So also, just so you know, the average American is spending about $1,600 a year on wear and tear on their car and $1,100 on driving to go shopping for gas. That's just on shopping trips, by the way. So look at that average up there. Rather than losing this time worth $5,392, would you like to save some time and money?
I would love to save time and money.
Very cool.
Does everybody get this? You can easily take somebody through this process, and this can obviously lead to them seeing the plan, I think.
Awesome. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of a home shopping list. It's a digital home shopping list for everybody in the room. What we're going to do is just go ahead and click some of the things that you use on a day-to-day basis.
All right, health and nutrition, general health, heart health, and energy, for sure.
Awesome. Do you use cosmetics?
I don't personally.
Okay.
Skincare,
you have
definitely.
children, too, don't forget.
Cleaners and I use moisturizer, yes.
Cool.
Children, yes. Children's health and nutrition.
I'm telling you.
Weight loss, we're doing well there.
You look pretty fit. Cool, and keep
Shampoo,
going, Andrew.
okay.
And as he's going and tapping through, you want to know what I'm doing with my prospect right now? I'm only doing the home shopping list. It's just a digital version. It's nothing new. It's something that the pioneers have been doing since day one. So go ahead and tap some products. Yes, that's huge, you guys.
Okay.
And when you're done at the bottom here, go ahead and click next. So now we're going to look at your regular monthly spending because we want to see what you're already spending that could be converted to earning. Go ahead and tell me, you'll see the average spend per month, and tell me what you spend on average, above, below, or about average. Food and drink.
I'm definitely above average food and drink.
Definitely above average.
I'll say average.
Cool.
Home, about average.
And keep clicking on that.
Okay.
So guys, while I have him clicking on this, what he's doing is he's simply selecting, I spend the average, I spend maybe a little more, or I spend maybe a little less. So it's not a hard thing to figure out, right? He doesn't have to think of an exact number, but what it's doing is it's automatically calculating a number for him based on his selection.
Okay.
Great, and so go ahead and go to the bottom there and click next again, or I agree. So now what we're going to do, Andrew, is we're going to look at what you spend maybe seasonally or annually. And just use the little slider. So how much per year do you spend on birthdays?
A lot.
Presents. Great. And what about new babies?
No, no more new babies.
How many weddings? Okay.
Weddings, we go to several weddings, so yeah, okay.
Couple of those.
Anniversaries, big.
Yes. Very cool. So again, as Andrew's going ahead and using his slider right now, I just want to remind everybody that this is all data-driven. So when you log into this mini assessment from Taiwan, the holidays that are being populated in that mini assessment are relevant for you, for your area. You're not going to see, yes, you're going to see the Moon Festival, which is coming up, right? You're going to see things like that. Great. When he's done, let me show you what you have here, Andrew. It's pretty cool. So you've got some projected spending, saving, and earning. The first part is a nice little recap of that first exercise that we did together, right? Your estimated savings potential was around $5,300. That's just by participating. Would that be interesting?
Absolutely.
Very cool. And based on your selections, it's saying that you spend on a monthly basis, about $1,600 that could be redirected and about $6,800 annually, which would generate about $1,300 BV from exclusive brands and $224 IBV. Do you know what BV and IBV are?
I don't.
Great. I'm going to show you the plan in a little bit, and that will break that down for you. You guys get it?
It's
you guys get it?
It's actually telling me what my potential earnings are.
That's right. So based on that BV and IBV, if you were to build an unfranchised business and coupled it with this kind of consumer power, look at what you could be earning over 1, 3, 5, and 10 years. After 10 years, $648,000 per year annually. Would that be interesting?
Yes, it would be very interesting.
Very cool. And if you added a customer base, look what happens. It goes up.
Wow.
Very cool. So guys, he now has all of these projections. And what am I selling? I'm selling the plan, because the plan is what's going to make that projection work. Do you guys get it? Sell the plan.
I love this new tool. I love this new tool, Sarah. Great job with the team getting that accomplished. Now let's shift to Deductr.
We're going to shift to Deductr because I have recruited you. You're now on my team.
We have an appointment now for me to see the plan.
Cool. So for Deductr, everybody, just so you know, you all have this free with UFMS. We wanted to bring your attention to it because it can keep track of your tax expenses as well as keep track of your shopping annuity spending. So it just kind of builds on right from that initial appointment, and it shows you not what you think you spend, but it shows you what you actually spend. So that's a very different situation, right? It's a difference between a real number and an estimated number. So a couple of quick tips for consistency, guys. Pick a time that you can use this program consistently. For me, it's like when I'm watching Grey's Anatomy, I'm chilled out, and I'm not going to be interrupted, right? For you, it might be Deductr Day is on Fridays or with your morning coffee. But the key is that it's going to be a habit whether you use it or not. So you have to decide which habit you want, one that's going to save you money or one that's going to cost you money.
So Deductr ultimately enables you to keep more of the money that you earn, okay?
Yeah.
It's included in an unfranchised management system. Normally this would be close to $300 per year, but it's free as an unfranchised owner as it is included in the UFMS.
Great.
I believe we have a 1-minute video we'd like to show
Sure.
that everybody can utilize. Let's roll that video right now about Deductr.
When it comes to business taxes, procrastination can be very expensive. Deductr simplifies the process and helps eliminate the fear of an audit with bulletproof documentation. In one streamlined, easy-to-use app, Deductr tracks your business expenses, mileage, and time. Forget to save and organize your paper receipts? No problem. You can take pictures of your receipts and Deductr files them for you. Link business bank cards to turn Deductr into an automatic tracking assistant that records every expense at the point of purchase. Even enter expenses on the move and track mileage via GPS. Easily personalize Deductr for your unfranchised business with a customizable dashboard that notifies you of any potential savings. Stop overpaying your taxes. Get the job done right. Download Deductr now and have your business ready for tax time.
Awesome. So guys, as an unfranchised owner, a lot of people in your team may not realize that they have as many write-offs as they do just by simply owning a business with Market America, right? So have them download this app. And by the way, there's a great 4-week playlist on youtube.com/shopping annuity. And then we're going to do another 4-week accountability coming up on March 4th. So look for that in the UFN news.
Great job with that. I'd like to introduce somebody very special for the last part of this presentation. Of course, you all know and love Phil Guido. He is relentless in making things right, making things more efficient, more effective. Obviously, he's been an extremely successful franchise owner, and he's been a very valuable member of the corporate team. Please give a nice, warm welcome to none other than Phil Guido.
Hey, hey.
All right, Phil, welcome.
Thank you. Andrew, I think in my 25 years as an unfranchised owner, this is absolutely the most fun project I've ever had the pleasure to work on. Andrew, Weissman, Jim Winkler, Ryan Stack, and myself, for us, this has been a daily obsession for the last 3 months. We wanted to get it done, but we wanted to get it right. And I think we nailed it, and I think you're going to agree once you start using it.
So what he's talking about is the completely redesigned, updated, UnFranchise Business Presentation PowerPoint.
Right.
Phil, Jim, Ryan, we started in early November. It wasn't just us, it was also the executive sales team, and then, of course, JR. And I think we did a great. Everybody's going to love it. So let's talk about what the objectives were, the philosophy was in updating the presentation. Right. The first thing we want to do is completely create a new look and feel that was consistent with the branding, the color palette, and the design of the company. Right. The second thing we wanted to do was shorten the presentation.
Absolutely. We brought it down from 68 slides to about 35, 36 slides.
Okay? Once again, we're talking about increasing our quality time, right? Let's get right to it, get to that follow-up, get to the follow-up appointment being booked. 100%. The third thing we want to do is simplify the presentation. We wanted to create a presentation that even an inexperienced unfranchised owner could effectively utilize, could communicate clearly and accurately with not having that much experience. At the same time, keeping in mind the person that's hearing and seeing the presentation. Wanted to design it to where it was more understandable the first time somebody saw the business.
I think for me, one of the most important things that we incorporated into this, we went back and we looked at videos of JR from 25 years ago, showing the plan on a whiteboard. Not to turn the clock back, it's a different world today, but to revisit the logic he used in when he showed the plan and how he built the case for the unfranchised up to the ultimate question of which do you choose, the 45-year plan or the 2 to 3 year plan. And I think we really captured that.
So there's more, it's updated, there's timely information about what's happening in today's marketplace. We updated the flow like Jim, I think, you're not Jim Winkler, right?
No, I'm not Jim
Phil
Winkler.
Guido. The logic flow. And we also knew where unfranchised owners were getting stuck. Yes. Where they were spending too much time in the presentation, or where the confusion was, or the areas that couldn't be explained really effectively.
There's a few points in there where we decided that there were some things that really were better suited for the meeting after the meeting, or for training for that matter, rather than in the presentation itself.
So what we're going to do is, let me just talk to you about the logic flow here. The flow of the new presentation, the first thing that we do is we talk about who we are and what we do. In one slide, who we are and what we do. We also bring up the current trends in the marketplace. We talked actually about it earlier in our presentation, and we're capitalizing on these trends with the unfranchised business. Go ahead.
Yeah, the 45-year plan, as we always do, versus the 2 to 3 year plan, but we brought back something that we eliminated from the current version of the UBP. I'm not sure why we did. Now that we look at what we have, we keep looking at the current version, the one we've been using, and wonder why did we ever remove the question where we ask the guest to opt in and make the choice and start that yes momentum. Which do you choose? And we put that back, and it's just so much better with that back in.
So we give them a nice overview, who we are, what we do, the trends in the marketplace. We expose the unfranchised business. We talk a little bit about it at a high level. In general, the company, the 45-year plan versus the 2 to 3 year plan, which includes the concepts of product brokerage, internet marketing, and the shopping annuity. And then we ask the question.
Absolutely. This is designed for one speaker, 50 minutes or so. Leave another 10 minutes for the recognition portion at the end. A lot more time for the meeting after the meeting, which is the most important time of the night, as we all know.
Would you like to see a few slides from the new presentation?
Woo!
Okay.
I think that was a yes.
I think that was a yes. So this is by the way, this presentation is live now on unfranchisetraining.com. Of course, we will be creating this presentation in multiple languages, and we'll also localize it in our other markets as well as quickly as possible. So this is the opening slide. I love this because this will be on the screens, of course, at the UBPs, right?
Clean,
so there's nice
simple
branding and, of course, the focus on the unfranchised business.
And then we start with a description of what the business is. Right off the bat, we tell them what it is. And I like the graphics throughout the presentation. I think they're very appropriate. And I love this statement at the bottom of that very first slide, where as a speaker, you can look at all the guests in the room and acknowledge that, yes, this is a 25, 26-year-old, billion-dollar worldwide company, but we're powered by people just like you.
We move on from there. We talk about what we are, who we are, and what we do. We expose the rapidly changing economy with the 4 areas that we're capitalizing on. We introduce the unfranchised business. We then, and we're not showing you all the slides right now, but we then, of course, talk about how we're like a franchise and unlike a franchise.
And I love the very bottom statement there on that slide. This is a great way to create a residual income, right there.
And prior to this, we talk about the 45-year plan. We even reinforce the 45-year plan with statistics, right, which really paints the picture, and people, of course, are woken up in the fact they can't get to financial independence or security.
Again, I love the imagery.
Correct.
Throughout.
We introduce a 2 to 3 year plan, the benefits of the 2 to 3 year plan. And then we start to talk about the product brokerage concept. Same content, just an updated design. We talk about the different divisions that we have.
Yeah, I love this slide. And for you guys who are sitting up front who've been around a long time, you may go back in time to the period of time where JR used to draw out the umbrella concept with all the different product divisions, right, feeding into the unfranchised. And of course, the most important one of all was the coming soon, which demonstrated how we are a product brokerage company that can take advantage of trends and move in and out of hot markets as they occur. And that's how we chose to depict it here.
So think about this. Prior to somebody seeing the 5 steps, they're now understanding what it means to be a product brokerage company. They're understanding what it means to have a shop.com site, internet marketing, and the internet marketing company. We expose the shopping annuity, and it comes to the point where we ask the question, which would you prefer, the 45-year plan or the 2 to 3 year plan? Obviously, they have to qualify. They have to qualify themselves, like Jared talked about yesterday. They choose a 2 to 3 year plan, and we show them the 5 steps.
How do you like this slide right here?
Love that.
We took what was 2 different slides, one where we showed the list of what you get as a sales rep, flip to the next one, we showed you what you get as an unfranchised owner, and you had to remember what you were as a sales rep to, in your mind, try to compare. This is much more current to what you see all the time when you're coming into some new membership where they show you the various packages. Right. The red and the green are symbolic of a stop and a go. I just love the way this was put together.
So we let the visual do the talking for you, right? As an inexperienced unfranchised owner, by utilizing this, of course, the slide really speaks to the person listening and seeing the presentation. This is an area that I love. We went from in the product brokerage section of the presentation, we went from 12 slides to 3 slides. Okay?
Absolutely.
A lot of people took too much time talking in detail about the products. It's not about that. It's about just exposing the concept, the diversity, the divisions that we have, and understanding the marketplaces you can capitalize on. And we all know they're all multi-billion-dollar markets. So we have, I think, a nice...
major time saver here without losing any content.
No content loss. It's only 3 slides compared to 12. Okay? And then we start getting into the actual plan.
Absolutely.
All right? And the tracking system, which, of course, as we all are familiar with, it talks about how the system searches infinitely in depth. We include some other additional visuals to show a customer placing an order, an unfranchised owner placing an order, and the volume created. And
same slide you're used to with just 2 small changes. You know, a picture speaks 1,000 words, and the more we could make this easy for the guests to understand, the better. Got one example there of a customer order producing retail profit, NBV. Another example of a shopping annuity, an unfranchised owner converting his own spending to earning and placing an order for personal use, also creating BV. Everybody getting 100%.
Notice the colors of BV and IBV adjusted a little bit, right? Now it's consistent with the color palette of the business.
Yeah, how do you like the new color scheme?
Okay.
Yeah?
We show how BV is searched for, how BV accumulates, the payout criteria for BV. We introduced IBV at this point, okay, and the flow of IBV comes up. And then we show how, as the organization expands, the frequency of pay increases until it happens weekly. It's a much simpler, more effective way of communicating BV and IBV commissions, and it's easier for the person who's listening and seeing the presentation to understand how it works. I think it's phenomenal. Of course, as we get through this, we do have the re-entry. We talk about an 004 being placed in the organization. We talk about placement of new people as you continue to sponsor in depth. The placement of people from your senior partners could be placed underneath you. All those elements are in the presentation. We're just showing you some selected slides.
And these last two slides speak to exactly what JR talked about yesterday. You're going to see it right here in these last two slides, so you can close it out exactly the way JR taught you just yesterday afternoon.
Amen, right? Can it work for me? The question is, are you right for the business? It prompts them to the next steps, scheduling a follow-up appointment, trying some products.
Now you're closing out the meeting. You have an extra half hour to lead them to the meeting after the meeting where you can explain things like volume placement. You can explain things like re-entry options. You can explain things like the horizontal, vertical, and all these other topics that are great subjects for the meeting after the meeting. Give you great cause to get your guest to meet with you right now after the meeting so I can show you even more.
Amen. Do you like the new presentation? Woo! We're glad. Great. Prospecting, qualifying, and sponsoring. And now we have a much more fun, simple, shortened presentation we all can enjoy and utilize, which will stimulate more growth for our business. For a minute here, if you don't mind, let's talk about the Moving Up Seminar program. The Moving Up Seminar program is probably the most valuable training and very unique experience you can have within Market America and Shop.com. Okay, the Moving Up seminars have proven to be extremely effective.
That's right.
Okay, I've done many of these. Jim Winkler leads this, and there's other field leaders that are selected and chosen to be the field leaders who participate in the different seminars that are conducted. The agenda is all about training. There's practicing, there's actions taken during the 2 days. Obviously, it's done in a very luxurious environment, whether it be in Miami Beach or New York. And once again, the results speak for themselves, right? Individual trainings and strategy sessions. There's role playing, right? The call workshops actually happen during the Moving Up seminar, so the results are there immediately. So the UnFranchise owners who attend, they go back home with their appointment book filled, okay, and they hit the ground running. There's some special guests that come in periodically to these seminars, and the yacht life is a great experience.
Not a bad place to imprint.
Say again?
Not a bad place to imprint, right, on the yacht?
Exactly. So visit booth 111 to get more details, and you can reserve your spot, and you can find out what dates are available for you. Thank you very much for your attention. It's been a fantastic morning. We'll see you later on. Thank you very much, everybody.